Hello everyone, welcome back to another Age of Empires 4 commentary. I am Beyond, and as always, thank you so much for the support on the past couple of videos and the channel as a whole. It's doing so incredible. We're 2 away from 300, so let's hope we can get there in the next few days. And if you are enjoying the content, please do subscribe, and if you enjoy this video afterwards, please do drop a like. It helps me out a lot and lets it reach more people so they can see. Now, without further ado, let's get right into this game. And the top hand side, we have Avely, who is a professional player. I believe they might stream. I'm not 100% sure. I will double check and add it to the description if possible. And on the bottom side of the map, we have kauP. And kauP is a excellent streamer, a pro player. So I will definitely leave his stream in the description below. Really enjoy it. He plays a lot of HRE, a lot of English, so this should be a good matchup today. You can see this is a little bit different of map. This is specifically for the Conqueror's Cup that Blade 55555 is running. Blade's also an incredible streamer, so go check him out. But the second round of qualifiers are happening today, which is April 30th. So if you do have time, definitely go check out those games on his channel. I believe he's going to be co-streaming with some different people, and then the main event will be, I believe, next weekend. So definitely some exciting stuff happening in the Age of Empires 4 community, and pretty excited to get involved in it more. Now, as I mentioned, this map is specific to this tournament. So we have a large section of trees over here, some stealth forest down the middle. Each player gets 2 pockets of trees, some food, and then they have a bunch of shoreline fish. There's no deep water fish, so it's not as imperative to get over here with boats and everything like that, which is kind of nice. Now the English have a huge advantage in this map because their villagers have bow and arrows, so avely could essentially take over this whole thing, but it does look like kauP is going to be able to sneak in over up in the top, and I don't believe avely is able to scout this. Oh, as I say that, hold on. No, I don't know. I don't think I was able to see it, which is so unfortunate. Oh, the phasing without a scout, people, like civilians and armies, are just so blind. So always bring your scout. So let's see if that plays a role this game. kaup's also gonna get up an outpost, which I believe from this far away, avely could see just like an outline, but it wouldn't show up. As you can see the mini-map, it wouldn't show up in color, it would just show up in white. So unless he's super paying attention, he's not going to be able to see that. Now, avely, I mean, the English, the normal build right now is Council Hall into 2 TCs. I mean, that's a normal build, as you've been seeing on my Quest to Diamond, or Journey to Diamond series. You know, I just go a little bit like it is. I do have a banger tomorrow, so if you see that one drop and you're watching this one, come back for tomorrow. I'm going to be dropping that video. It is an absolute banger of a game. The best one I think I've ever played. What is this? We have a forward Council Hall. Now against the HRE, you got to be a little aggressive. That being said, the win rate right now in Conquer and above for the English is a 46.3% win rate. And there's about 200-ish games, so it's actually a decent sample size. And I think it's just because the HRE have so many armor units and they have so good at economic booming. It's insane. Like, it's very hard for the English to keep up with all that armor, as the English usually make a lot of longbowmen. So if the HRE player can get to that castle age, it could be the English player could be in some trouble for sure. And then for the total win rate of just across all, I think it's like 16,000 games, something like that, the English are only at a 47.9. So honestly, this is one of the closest ones I've compared to between Challenger and the whole. And I think it's just, like I said, it's the overall just, the HRE just have literally better units into what the English usually make. And that's just how it is. We have a Arcane Chapel going down. Love this. It gets a little bit of the wood, it gets the gold, and I'm assuming the farms will be able to come in as well. I think it was probably the best spot. I mean, you could have done it over here and gotten to both of your trees, and the stone, but I think this is totally good. We have the prelate going down on the gold to start to get them going and cooking, and kauP over here is just kind of just starting to build up this little bit of a mass. Avely, I believe, has seen this now, but there's not much he can do, and yes, he has, because he shot the fishing boat, as you can see, with the half health. But that being said, with this outpost, kauP is also certainly sees this forward base. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a few attack ships out of kauP, honestly, because if you could nuzzle them in like right here, one, you take out this fishing eco, and two, you could start to damage the archers as they pop out, and eventually take this down. It would be a slow process, but it could work. Look at this little like beautiful arc going around, this little like line of ants coming around. There's a scout going in, so the gold's off the table. So it's unfortunate for kauP that the gold was going to be. Both golds are pretty tough to defend. We have an outpost going down back here to protect his wood line, but these archers are going to be able to sneak in and make sure this gold does not go down. And also this one's a little bit too far away at the moment to pull off as well. kauP also throwing down a barracks. avely also throwing down a barracks forwardly aggressively as well. So I definitely we're going to see some ships coming out of this one, because I think that's just, it's almost undefendable. We have the archers getting a little bit of cheeky shots over the wood line. If you ever played an English player, this is pretty bang on standard. But if you can defend enough before you get out of this, you can win a lot of games. So I know it's frustrating. I personally love it. Honestly, it's like one of my favorite things to do. But it's once you get past a certain point, you can defend them. Then again, certain civilizations, even when you get late game against the English, they're still better than you. So it's always kind of tough. We'll have to see what the developers do in June. But until then, I'm going to be playing English. I'm going to be having a blast. So there it is. We have the galley, which is going to shut down all of this. It does not get any villager kills though, which is unfortunate. So now the galley is going to be sitting here poking away at all of these buildings, and it will be a slow process unless he goes and gets a Hulk. Yes, these are called Hulks. I just want to make sure, because everyone has slightly different ones. Ooh, we do have some stone going down, so it looks like we're going to see that second TC, I believe. Which, like I said, is pretty much bang on standard for the English at this point. But kauP with the good scout, we have a nice outpost over here, so it's going to be safe and sound. kauP is sitting in a pretty good position, honestly. Able to scout that out. 9 archers are doing pretty much nothing on the map, which is really, really good. If an English player goes heavily into feudal and early Castle Age aggression, and you can withstand it or focus on your economy, you can get really, really far ahead if you can defend well. So that being said, kauP is going to have to respond to something. Oh, there we go. So now the Hulk will come out. There it is. The Hulk will come out because these archers will win this battle. So it'll be very, very nice once it's supported, and that outpost is playing a huge part as well. And this galley is able to heal itself. So see, as you see, they're slightly able to outrange. They can get their volleys off without moving, but now the Hulk is enough firepower to make this army move out. Also, with the Springhold attachment, it's going to take some time, of course, but this Hulk is going to be able to take down all of these buildings. Takes it down much faster than the galley, even the Council Hall, honestly. Oh, is he going to be able to get it? No, and the Hulk can now shoot at it, which will make it... Yes, there we go. Absolutely. The Tom Brady of boats over there. We need a new name for boats, because that's the Tom Brady of towers. So who will be the quarterback for the boats? It's a question that I'm the only one that knows the answer to. Honestly, so whatever comes into my head. Who likes boats? I feel like someone like a Kirk Cousins or something like that. Well, you know what? We're moving on, because we're not going down that rabbit hole. But I will continue to think of another persona for boats. I'll let you know what it is. We have avely amassing a sizable force down here. This tower is going to be pretty good at preventing anything from going past, especially because archers can't take down anything in terms of actual infrastructure. Here they do. kauP sees them, and these 5 villagers should be enough to... Oh, avely's just like, you know what? I don't care. And a lovely wall off by kauP as well. It's going to be trapping these units in the base. I'm going to need to get some value to make this worth it. Does get some villagers. 2, 3. If he gets 4, it's probably worth it. Yeah, that was probably... I mean, it's not 100% worth it, but these villagers are also idle time. And they do have a pocket over here where they're not hit by the town center or anything like that. So can't even get these berries. So kauP is really struggling for food in terms of in his base. Yes, he has these, but you're going to have to... This is not a replacement for food back here. These are not deep water fishing holes, which is what the major issue... Oh, the villagers snipe the scout. They bring out the butter knives and cut down the scout in all of its glory. I feel so bad for the horse. You should have done better. You should have done better. You should have protected them better. We have the Burgrave going out front. Now, for Burgrave, obviously, I don't think that they could have put it anywhere really else. Could have maybe been here or here. As you can see, the town center has gone down in the middle. Love this into the huge deer pack out front. So kauP is starting to actually fall behind now, just because avely just controlling the map in every facet. Yes, this is going to go down. Yes, they've controlled the water, but without the deep water, which I think is why this map was kind of designed. It was designed so that if you didn't have fishing, it wasn't automatically over, which is a lot of people find an issue with the other large maps that have deep water involved, is if you don't match fishing ecos, you're pretty much done. So these are going to be breaking out finally, and it looks like avely's able to pretty much easily able to survive. He got berries in his base. He's got the deer up front. Pretty much all untouched economy, and now he's starting to catch up in villagers as well due to the second town center. And kauP has been idled a lot of just not able to, and honestly, he's not on any gold. He has to switch back over to this one, which is good deduction by kauP here to move it from this one to this one, sensing that these archers are going to rip around. But this Burgrave is going to be hard to produce a lot of men-at-arms, only down to 6. And these feudal age men-at-arms are not nearly as strong. And we have a white tower going down behind this town center, which is going to make this as an incredibly hard thing to pass for kauP. He's not going to be able to get through this for a long time. And these numbers are inflated by all these ships over here, which are only going to be able to take down the council hall. But it seems like avely's kind of moved on from that. And also the White Tower provides production as well, which is something really cool about the White Tower and the Burgrave Palace. You can produce units out of them as well, and they act like a giant siege workshop. But you can also produce everything, so it just helps so much in every facet. And I wouldn't be surprised to see some springholds come out in here, because I mean, you can't attack into that White Tower, and if you can't attack into that White Tower, and there's White Tower in range, and they fall back. As you can see, these feudal age archers, these castle age archers, but they're still feudal age, do absolutely nothing to men-at-arms. So this is why traditionally the HRE does so well into the English, but with the help and the back of this White Tower, it's a different story. And we have crossbowmen coming out too, which are going to be absolutely ripping these apart. And normally I would be like, well, there's no front line, which is going to be really tough sledding for avely. But he doesn't need a front line at the current moment. He has protection for days. He's a town center. He has a forward White Tower. And he can essentially go on. And these men-at-arms are going to play... They're going to get some damage for sure. But at this point, the damage is kind of done. And look at the triple berry bushes surrounded by deer. I mean, this is insane. What an insane food spot. Doesn't even need to make farms. As an English player, you know how much I love to make farms. You've seen my video. You saw my first video, and you're going to see it tomorrow. Farms are the best, and I love them so much. This is also another reason why I'm hesitant to change civs, but that's a different conversation for tomorrow's video. We do have... Oh, they're going after the trebuchet, but this White Tower is absolutely peppering them. These men-at-arms are diving for days. And here comes the civilians. They're starting to heal them. They're starting to repair. Oh, no. And we have a collapse on the other side. kauP is getting some decent damage, but not enough. Only one villager killed this whole time. Absolutely disco spinning in the middle of it. And all of these men-at-arms are going to be going down besides 3, besides 1, besides 2. And that's going to be it. These crossbowmen, if they're not going to be focused, they're going to be able to absolutely shred. Already up to 7 at this point. avely's going to be like, you know what, you can run wherever you want. 2 men-at-arms are not going to do nearly enough. And here comes a trebuchet. Going to be taking down this tower. And Once you get to, so these self-repairs are totally fine for one trebuchet, but what kauP has set up here is he has a perfect spot to set up to get like 3 or 4 trebuchets, and you can't self-repair that. And then next is going to be the Burgrave Palace, and once that goes down, it's going to be pretty much it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing you can really do in this position. You can't attack into this. The food situation, as I mentioned, is only getting worse for kauP, because you're running out of fish. And once you run out of fish, that's also that villager lead too, because these count as workers and villagers, which means that once these die, like we're already starting to see avely really taking commanding spot, which honestly I thought he was going to be in a really rough go with this forward Council Hall getting absolutely thwarted. But I will say the absolute macho move to just rip around the tower, pretend like it wasn't even there, get 4 civilians and a ton of idle time, or villagers. It was huge. I think it really changed the tide. And then with that distraction, avely was able to drop down a forward town center into this like very ideal middle spot, which on this map, it looks like that seems to be, if there ever was a perfect spot for one, as we can see another trebuchet on the way, that would be it pretty much. So switching his side away from the Burgrave Palace, not sure why, onto a house, because I guess he didn't like that house in particular, which is, I mean, that's fair. We've all been there. We've all been like, you know what, time to switch it up. This house is going to go down in 2 shots, so maybe just wanted to just get some free damage that he knew would impact immediately. And there's the first one, but they're not timing out perfectly, which means these self-repairs are able to save this house and buy kauP a little bit more time. We do have a little small battalion over here, full of Castle Age men-at-arms and spears, but honestly, avely's not really worried about this. This is where most of his economy is, and that's all that matters. As you can see, he's already moved over to the gold over here, so he can just be really within range of this. He even put down the monastery just to grab some relics from the HRE player, which I love, because HRE player has one. He has 1 relic. Oh, and the knight was just able to kill 1. So as I was saying, and there's another one coming in. The knight was able to see it. Oh, another dead body in the same exact spot. Let's see if the knight gets him. 1, 2. Not gonna get him. Not gonna get him. Roll back. Roll back. Oh, that was not worth. But that's okay. Both relics will be secured. So 3-2, which is all you can ask for as an English player. And a forward keep going down. This is going to make it nearly impossible, and able to move the trebuchets up into this like berry bush area, so they're going to be able to also hit the town center. And once this goes down, I'm going to be very concerned for kauP. I mean, I know this is a tournament, so they're going to try it to the very end, which they really should. And a big shout out for the Conqueror's Cup. This is going to be awesome. I've been watching it the first day. It was incredible, so I would recommend you watch it today as well. But yeah, this is really just putting on a show. avely showing the true power of English, and just essentially saying, you know what, you can all in and still recover, which you love to see. We have a queue of villagers waiting in line to pop out of this town center, but still not able to keep up with the production of avely. Now a 3rd trebuchet down, which is going to make this incredibly hard. This is when the self-repairs don't really matter. And we only have 6 men-at-arms. We have a Burgrave Palace with an HRE player and only 6 men-at-arms out on about. Because we don't have that much gold coming in. I mean, we have enough, but not like... Oh, they're pop capped. Because those 2 houses. You know what? This is why avely's the pro, and I'm just the caster. Sniping those houses actually did play a role, because now at this point you can see. But going with a lot of veteran spearmen, which I'm a little bit confused as to what you'd see that would be good into that. They have archers, and here's this one springhold. Is he going to be able to get it? No, does not get it. And you need more than the 1. You need the 2 or 3 at least, because the villagers are so close by. Another keep going down. The trifecta of keeps. I don't even know what this is, but it's just so much support. We have crossbowmen just sitting underneath it. 18 are going to be absolutely annihilating and ripping through. We have a bolsterous economy on the back end. We have no really... This is contributing to a huge part of the army, which is why you see the army discrepancy. We do have kauP going in for a raid in the back end, but nothing's in this base, and avely doesn't care about it in the slightest. And we even have him going for the deer and for the forward wood line, his own wood line. That is so funny. He's like, you know what? This is mine now. Appreciate it, but it's done. The Burgrave Palace is going down. There it goes. One more time. We also have, I believe I saw boiling oil research as well for this. So they're going to be absolutely cooking. Obviously, the network of castles as well. Or now it should be the network of, network of castles as well for all these crossbowmen. We have a forward outpost going down. avely just pretty much just scraping together everything he possibly can. Again, going for these houses. Really has a vendetta against them, but it paid off last time. So we do have the populations somewhat even, and here we go. Here it is. Here's the battle. Move back these trebuchets under 3 keeps, and we have horsemen and spears, which is not how you want to dive a keep at all. This is an absolute bloodbath. avely turning on the juice. You see the boiling oil popping out as well. The lava being dripped down upon it. This is absolutely insane. We have 2 springholds over here, able to take out one of the the other springholds. They haven't even taken out these boys yet. And avely's able to win an absolute gruesome aftermath battle. And just everyone on avely's side just hard chilling. Oh no. Oh, we have a cheeky forward outpost here. If avely turns, he can get this in time, but these knights are going to cause absolute havoc, even with the tower going down. And there they go. 7 villagers killed, now up to 8. Here comes the army, and another goes down, and there they go. Absolutely getting peppered on the backhand side. It's going to be pretty much all over. The forward trebuchets are back up and at him again, taking down this Burgrave Palace and then the town center. And once that town center goes down, you have to imagine this is gonna be it. Now, kauP is able to push him back a little bit with these horsemen. Horsemen are pretty underrated. Would definitely like to see more and more horsemen, but it's just not going to be enough. kauP is saving up for, I don't know. He says that he has no production back. Oh, he does have production back here, but they're all producing. We only have 1 barracks. Yeah, only 1 barracks back here, which is why he's not able to produce. And the Burgrave Palace goes down again. So his army is going to be capped at a max. kauP going for more stone. I believe he already has, avely, sorry. avely, you already have a mining camp. You don't need to build another one, dude. It's all good, though. I appreciate it. Another keep going down. And that is it. The slow creeping siege after a failed, not fully failed, I would say somewhat successful at that last minute Hail Mary throw by avely there to sneak in the back. But it just goes to show you that if it doesn't go to plan, just adapt and just keep going, because also if you're not going to plan, it probably means that the other person's also thrown off a little bit. So guys, if you enjoyed this, please do subscribe and like on the video, and also come back for tomorrow for part 2 of the Journey to Diamond. Thank you so much and have a great day.